Hey guys, I don't know what day of the week it is. I think it's Thursday. But I wanted to come live and talk to you guys. So as you're jumping on, say hello. Tell me how your month's going. I want to know how close you are to promotions so we can cheer you on. We have some big, exciting things happening in June, and we're really excited for Austin, Texas this weekend. But hey, Brandy, I wanted to share an experience with you guys. And you guys know that I'm going to be real and I'm going to be raw with you. And a lot of times I feel completely unqualified to do what I do. Completely. Like, there are days when I literally am like, why did God call me here? Like, I suck. Like, I'm the worst at this. This is not, I'm not good at this, you know? Hey, Lori. Hey, Mandy. And this year started off really, really, really good. Like, really good. Like, good leaders, good momentum. I was like, this is awesome. A lot of team at a conference. And then everything was great. It was great. And 10 distributors a month. Now, for me, that's pretty high. I made it to the top of the company, enrolling 3 distributors a month, like steps to success. That was my jam. Hey, Shelby. Hey, Mel. And I feel like I'm not alone when I feel like I know that there's an ounce of me that knows, like, I was called for this. I know I can do this. And then before the given Tuesday, you're like, I'm out. I'm done. Like, why am I doing this? I suck. Nobody wants this from me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a bad leader. I'm a bad friend. I'm not a good mom. I'm clearly not a good wife. You know, all of the things are going to come into your brain and tell you that you're not. And so after, I started enrolling 10 distributors a month, and I was like, dude, this is awesome. I sat down with a group of people, and they were enrolling like 120 distributors a month, and I was like, holy crap, I'll never do that. That'll never be me. Like, how do I keep up with them? And who were them? And who were they, right? And so I had this like aha moment where I was like, I can do this. I can do, I can totally do 100 and however many distributors every single month. I can do that. I can do that. And I was trying to make my calling in their footsteps. And that's not what we want to do, right? And I was looking left to see somebody else that God didn't call, okay, but to compare to. And I feel like for me, I know my limits. I know what I can do. I know what I can do to be a good leader and a bad leader. And so a couple months ago, again, 10 distributors a month, that's like a pretty good, really good month. And it was easy. There was, some promos and things like that. It wasn't easy, but it took work. But for the most part, you guys, over the last 6 years of my business, I've done 3 distributors, 4 customers, 3 distributors, 4 customers. That's just what I can handle mentally. And I feel like as a leader, if I can't remember the names of the distributors that I sign up, that's rude. And if I can't give one-on-one attention to my distributors, that's not being a good leader to me. That's not what brings me joy. Now, am I saying somebody who enrolls 5,700 distributors a month and they can't remember them and they don't know who they are, that they're a bad leader? No, not at all, right? Because that's what they can handle. And either it's going to work for them and they're going to enjoy it, they're going to produce results from it, they're going to love it, or they're going to realize that's not for me and that's not working, which means, in this business, I always say there's not a right way or a wrong way to build a business. Either something's working, meaning it's producing results, it's giving you what you want, or it's not working, which means it's simply not giving you the results that you want. And so nothing is neither here nor there. It's neither right or wrong, but is it working or not working? And so I started enrolling with these distributors, and in my back of my mind, I'm like, I want 60 distributors. Like, I know I can do this. No, I can. I know I can. I can do 60 distributors a month. And then literally I got stopped in my tracks. And the next month I did 17, and I was like, 17 out of 60. I got this. Like, I can do this. I know I can do 60. And you guys, it just wasn't in my calling. Like, I didn't even feel good about the 17 when I couldn't remember 17 names. And again, not saying that people that enroll more than that are can't do it. They can. I just can't. It's not for me. And I remember having a conversation with Pam one time, and she says, Amber, just because people can enroll that many doesn't mean they're training that many, right? Doesn't mean they're keeping that many on. And I would rather bring in 3 new people this month, take them Ruby the next month, take them Emerald the second month, and then Diamond the third, like, and build a diamond in 90 days. And that's what brings me joy. That's what fills my cup. And so, 17 distributors the next month, and then literally, probably for the second time only ever in my entire business, I set up 1 distributor the next month. I went from 17 to 1, and I was like, hold on, what's going on? It surely isn't the lack of effort, because I work every single day, you guys. I've worked every single day for the last 6 years, almost 7 years, and no matter if I was sick, no matter how crazy, no matter if I had deaths, no matter if I moved, no matter what was going on in my life, I still worked. Thankfully, I didn't have to tell a boss I can't come into work today. Thankfully, I can pick up my phone, even in the midst of life being the crappiest it's ever been in my life, and having some of the worst days in my life, I still can have my work with me that pays me over and over and over again. And so, don't take that for granted as you guys are doing this business. That's the joy of this. The joy is that I don't have a boss that says, Amber, sorry your kids are sick, you still have to come into work. No, my kids can be sick and I can still work right by their side. Okay? And so 2 things, we're either going to pay now or we're going to pay now and play later, or we're going to play now and we're going to pay later, right? So, then that next month I enrolled 1 distributor, and I was like, dude, really? Like, why? I don't get it. And as a leader, I could say, if somebody were to look down on me and say, Amber, you only enrolled 1 distributor, you're not working. How would that make me feel? Right? Like, I was working. My work every single month, you guys, is going to look different. Some months you're going to enroll massive customers. Some months you're going to enroll tons of distributors. Some months you're going to do a lot of planting, of seeding, and working more on your mental. This business is a mindset shift that's going to take you to that next level, and sometimes it's going to be a physical shift that takes you to that next level, and you start using the products and you start producing your own personal results. And so I was like, okay, cool. But what was awesome, you guys, was seeing that month that I only enrolled 1 distributor. Now, again, that's only ever happened twice. That was the second time it's ever happened in almost 7 years, only 2 months have I ever only enrolled 1 distributor. Only 2 months. Any other time it was at least 3 or more. And so looking at that month when I enrolled 1, guys, I gave her my undivided attention. It was so cool. Like, I was able to take that girl and just walk hand in hand with her and make sure that she was successful, to make sure that she had me as a brand new leader. And the 17 people the month before, I was able to give them more attention. Because if I do, like, let me just say a number, like 50 on top of 50 on top of 50 on top of 50, by the 4th month, the first 50 they're not getting my attention. They're just, like, unless they're self-sufficient, they have no leader. And so, that month happened, and I had to have this really hard breakthrough that, like, I have to handle this too. Like, if I'm asking for quality leaders when they're brought to me, I need to make sure that I'm taking good care of them and that they're in the best hands that they can be in, which means that I need to be my best self, which means that I need to do my personal development, which means that I cannot pour from an empty cup. And if my cup is not being filled by myself, not by an upline, not by a downline, not by your husband, not by a mentor, by you. Like, you have to go fill your cup first, and then you can pour out. And so this is getting kind of long, and it's whatever. I hope you guys are still even watching. But there's a point to this. And so then the next month, I enrolled another, I think I did 2 distributors the very next month. And I was like, okay, fine. And I'm like getting mad at myself at this point. Like, how come I'm not doing 3? How come I'm not doing 3? Like, this is ridiculous, Amber. Like, you have the tools, you've planted, you've watered. Like, why are you not harvesting at least 3 distributors a month? Like, this is so dumb. So dumb. And I'm beating myself up, and I'm getting frustrated, and I'm wanting to point fingers and all the things. And ultimately, you guys, it had everything to do with the fact that my 80% was still focused on a team that was new, that was fresh, that needed more of my time than me getting a $99 fast start. I needed to help them earn $400 or $500 themselves. And I just had to realize that, like, as a leader, there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. There's going to be times that I enroll more than 17. There's going to be more times than when I enroll so many more distributors. There's just going to be seasons, and we've got to be okay with where the season is now. It doesn't mean that we slow down or that we stop. I do the same thing every day, and I've done the same thing every day for 6 years. Every day, non-negotiable. And I have my business, and I have my business with my team. And I can control a little bit of my team's business, but I can control everything about my business. And so when my business isn't where it's at, the only person I can blame is myself, not anybody else. Not your downline, not your leaders, not anybody else. That's you. And I know this might hit hard for some people, you guys, but I've had to learn these lessons too, okay? So this month, I'm really focused on diving into different areas of leadership that are going to affect my business in different ways. And we might not realize that, like, your mind, like, if you do not grow your mindset, you guys, and I talk about this all the time, your paycheck will not grow. Period. The end. End of statement. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The end. Like, sorry, not sorry. That is the way that it goes. Okay. And so what are you doing every single day? Number one, to get this right. First thing in the morning, talk to God. First thing in the morning, give gratitude. First thing in the morning, make it right. Okay, like, find a morning routine that's going to work for you before your kids are up. You cannot go back and put out the fire, okay? So if I take off with my day and then all of a sudden I'm having a crappy 2:00 p.m., it's very difficult. It's a lot more difficult. It can happen, but it's a lot more difficult for me to go at 2 p.m. once I've lost my mind and I'm irritated and I'm grouchy and blah, 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 for me to go back and say, you know what, today's going to be a good day. Because I've already had a bad moment, okay? But if I can start my morning in gratitude, in prayer, in whatever brings you peace, okay? I promise you your whole business will be different. But your paycheck will go to the degree of which you're willing to grow. And I have grown so much over the last 6 years, and clearly my paycheck follows, okay? So this month, I'm doing a lot of things different as far as, like, mindset goes, as far as who's in my circle, who's not in my circle, who's my influence, who am I listening to, who am I spending time with, who am I not spending time with, and just getting clear on what I want my leaders to do, and not forcing them to do things, but praying that they will, and me setting the tone, and me leading by example, and then they follow, okay? And they don't follow me, but they follow the lead on their teams, okay? So with that being said, this month I was really focused at the beginning of the month on helping this team promote new rubies, new emeralds, and possibly a new diamond. And so my focus was really on bringing in customers and messaging and posts and being there for this group of people that are ready and just really pushing hard. And that, to be honest, they just asked for my leadership, and I said yes. And you guys, that's all it takes is, like, Amber, I'm doing the work. Can you just have my back? I'm not going to do the work for you guys, okay? But we all have the capability of reaching diamond in 3 months, diamond in 7 days, whatever that is for you, you have that capacity, you have that ability. But are you willing to grow through that? And so this month I was really focused on just pouring into customers, pouring into logistics of how to build the diamond, logistics of building, logistics behind volume, and just different things in building a promotion. And I was, like, talking to so many people about the opportunity every single day. I still send my messages every single day about the opportunity, things like that. And I hadn't signed up a distributor. And I saw this girl make a post, and God spoke to me and said, if you don't follow up, someone else will. And I was like, no. If I talk to them first, you guys, I want to be on them all the time, because every 3 months, somebody has a life. We all have life changes, okay? 3 to 6 months. You're going to have a big shift in your life where you're going to be like, where your potential is going to say, I'm ready now. I need this now. And if you aren't consistent, I promise you, they will go with someone else. I got a phone call. If you do not follow up, there's fortune in that follow-up. fortune. Like your fortune will be in that follow-up. And if you don't follow up, someone else will, and someone else will get that fortune. And I've learned that lesson so many times. And yes, it's scary. Yes, it drives me crazy. Yes, I feel like I'm bugging them, but ultimately I'm blessing them. And that's what you have to remember, is that I'm not bugging them, I'm blessing them. Okay? Because I know the blessings behind this business. I know the blessings behind the freedom of being able to be by my kids' side when they're sick, being able to travel when your sister needs you, being able to be there for your family when they're having a hard time and still get paid. Like, I know what that's like. I didn't when I first started, but I had a little tiny vision of what that could be like, and that's what I stuck on. That's what I wanted, okay? And so as this month was continuing on, I'm like, I haven't signed up a freaking distributor. Like, I am not having another month like that. And then I started saying, okay, get this. I started saying, wouldn't that be crazy if I signed up all 3 distributors on the same day? Wouldn't that be crazy if wouldn't that be crazy? Like, wouldn't that be crazy if I just signed up all 3 of them on the same day? That'd be so funny. And I started talking about that. And I was like, I better stop talking about that. That's going to happen. I'm going to sign up all 3 distributors on one day. Oh my gosh, if I talk about it, then it's going to happen. Does anyone want to take a wild guess at what happened? Anyone? Drop it in the comments. So I kept talking about this. And then I kept envisioning having this live video going and telling this story. And I started literally already thinking, what happens if? What happens if I sign up all 3 distributors on the same day, right at the end of the month, so I can share with someone else that you're not freaking finished. You're not done. But I will tell you this, I could have given up on the 15th. I could have given up on the 20th and said, it's just not my month. It's just not my time. Just not for me. I don't need distributors this month. I could have said that, you guys. I could have, but I didn't. I stayed consistent every day. I increased my efforts. The closer I got towards the end of the month, of course I increased my efforts. Of course I did. But I start at the beginning of the month. You cannot look at the 28th, 25th, 27th of the month and say, oh, I've got 4 days. I probably should start working. That is never going to work. Okay? Never. Trust me. It will never work. Okay? And so, then, sorry, I got a message. So then I started literally talking about this, not only thinking about it, but I was telling my downline, I'm like, it's okay, guys. Good job. You've got your distributors. This is awesome for you. What if for me, I'm just going to sign them all up on one day? I'm just going to and I was kind of joking. What if I just sign them all up on one day? All my seeds are going to plant on the same day. All the work that I've done from, the first and last month and all the seeds that I planted for 3 months, I'm going to sign up 3 rock stars. 3. This is going to be great. This is going to be so awesome. This is going to be fantastic. I'm going to sign them up on the last 3 days of the month. And I started joking about it. Well, our jokes are serious. What we say happens. What we think comes. Okay? And I saw this girl post and I was, fortunate in the follow-up, followed up with her and I was like, okay, girl, you ready? Straight up, you ready? Why are you not doing this business yet? She was like, oh, I'm in. Here's my stuff. Here's my information. What? Not 24 hours, within a 24-hour period, okay? So technically it was on 2 different days, but within 24 hours, 24 hours. 2 more distributors from follow-up. And so my point is a few things. Okay, I want to know what you're getting from this in the comments, first of all. Tell me what you're getting by this. Tell me what this is speaking to your heart and what you're getting from what I'm saying. There's a few things. Number 1, your journey is always going to look different than someone else's. Number 2, you have to trust in the timing. Number 3, you can't stop working. Even on the days you're not seeing the massive results, you're not seeing the massive production of customers and distributors, you must stay consistent. You must. You have to. You have to. And even more so when you're not, okay? And then number 4 is you have to follow up. You have to. You can't not follow up. And the more you ask, the more people will say yes. And if you're not asking, that's a for sure no. And so why not? Why not? Just ask, right? Just ask. And not only ask for loyal customers and distributors, but ask for the abundance. Ask for big customers. Ask for massive, excited distributors that are wanting the $1,000 guarantee, $3,000 guarantee, that want $16,000 in the next 4 months. You can ask for that. It was interesting to me. I was having a coaching session with some of my leaders, and they were like, we were talking about asking me for help, like asking your mentor, asking your upline, asking your sponsor for help, daily posts, suggestions, anything. And I want to ask you this question too, and it's, if you're so afraid to ask a downline, to ask a friend, to ask somebody that's close to you to do you a favor, be there for you for help you coach, help you close some customers or distributors, what on earth are you even asking God for? Like, that concerns me. That if we are so terrified to ask to be a customer or distributor, I'm interested to see what you're asking God for. Because we should be able to dream bigger, stay more consistent, grow yourself. But I'm telling you, if you just post on social media every day and you're not growing your mind, nothing's going to happen. If you don't, it's a full circle, okay? It's a full circle both ways. And if you aren't growing your mindset, your paycheck won't grow. If you aren't growing your strength, you're not going to grow. If you're not growing your mental capacity of where you think you can, where you can be and where you can go and what you can do, you're not going to be put in situations where there's faith. Your faith is going to be tested. And about a year ago, I started writing and saying that I wanted my faith and my finances to grow together. Which meant what? My finances are going to be tested, but so is my faith if I'm not right with my finances. And I'm going to be put in situations where my faith and my finances can pull together. And because of my finances, my faith is going to be all right. It's a full circle. And so as you guys are finishing this month, you're not finished yet. You're not done. And you better push until you're crying, right? Like, push and know that anything is possible, that God can do miracles, and I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, right? And we can do this. You're not done. But it's in that last 48 hours, it's in the last 5 days that we give up because we're tired, we're exhausted. And it's in those moments that we miss the miracles, right? So that's all I have to say tonight. I just wanted to share that with you guys, that like, your thoughts freaking matter and you better watch them. And even though you're not speaking it, even if you speak it to your friend event, that matters too. Okay? And so get ready to grow your business this Sunday, June 2nd in Austin, Texas. You guys all have a live stream that you can purchase through your eSuite. And it's only $19 and you can watch it on Sunday, or you can watch it over the next 30 days. So make sure to grab that, because there's going to be a lot of content that's going to be shared and a lot of good things that are going to help, again, grow your business. And if you're in Texas, I would expect to see you there. It's going to be awesome that we get to be together. So I love you guys. Thank you again for watching all this. I know I was kind of rambling and ranting, but I just had it on my heart, and since I already had deja vu of sharing it, I might as well have shared it, right? So finish the month strong, and make sure that you guys tag me in your promotions. I want to know who's going where with who and what, and everyone that's rocking and rolling. So I love you guys.